Long ago, in a stone-built village nestled among silent eastern mountains, there lived a young man of 20 named Salim. The houses were made of clay and rock, their roofs low, their windows narrow, and at night the silence was so deep that the wind moving through the dry trees sounded like whispered secrets of the earth. Salim lived among people, yet inside he felt an emptiness, as though the noise of the world had carried him far away from himself. Each day he walked through the market, hearing the hammering of blacksmiths, the cries of merchants, and the laughter of children, but none of it brought him peace. One day, an old wise man who had spent many years in the mountains said to him, "If you wish to find yourself, you must dare to be alone with yourself." Salim was afraid. To him, loneliness meant abandonment. Yet there was something in the calm eyes of the old man that planted a seed of courage within him. A few days later, Salim packed a small bundle with dry bread and a clay jug of water and began his journey toward the mountains. A thin morning mist covered the plains, and the sun slowly rose behind the peaks. He found a small cave along the mountainside, where only the sound of dripping water and the wind could be heard. On the first night, fear sat heavily on his chest. The hoot of owls and the howl of the wind filled his ears, and his mind swirled with restless thoughts. He realized then that he had always been running from silence. On the second day, something changed. He sat quietly and listened to his own breathing. Gradually, beneath the noise of his anxious thoughts, he heard a quieter voice, his own inner voice, one that had long been buried under comparison and expectation. He understood that many of his worries had been born from measuring himself against others, those who owned more land, more wealth, or more praise. In conscious solitude, he discovered that a person's worth rises from within, not from the eyes of the crowd. Days turned into weeks. Each morning he watched the sunrise paint the sky in gold, and each night he sat beneath a sea of stars. He was not there to escape people, but to meet himself. In the stillness, his thoughts became clear, like a muddy stream settling into crystal water. He learned that solitude, when chosen with awareness, is not suffering, but healing. After 40 days, Salim returned to the village. The people expected him to come back thin and weary, but instead there was a deep calm upon his face. He no longer spoke in haste or laughed without meaning. His gaze was steady, his voice gentle. He worked, he helped, he learned, but he no longer lived for approval. Years later, when asked about the source of his peace, he would say, "I did not find anything in the mountains that was not already in the village. I only learned to hear the voice within me." And the lesson of this ancient tale is this: as long as a person runs from solitude, he also runs from himself. But when he finds the courage to sit alone in awareness, he will discover that in the heart of silence there is light.